What's going on, guys? How we doing? Gentlemen, I like to watch reality TV shows, not because I'm a socialite, but because I love observing real life human behavior, actually seeing how humans behave for real, right? And there's a program I'm watching right now called Bling Empire. You may or may not have seen it. It's on Netflix. It's about these very wealthy Asians, Eastern Asians specifically. And as so often happens in these reality TV programs, you get to see the relationship dynamics, the romantic relationship dynamics between, multiple different partners. And there's one couple in particular I want to pick up on, Andrew and Kelly, I believe her name is. Now, in the program, throughout the filming of this reality program, Andrew and Kelly have had their ups and downs and so on. Anyway, the moment that Kelly has decided enough is enough, she no longer wants anything to do, she no longer wants to continue the relationship, I should say, with Andrew, and she's asked him to move out. Andrew immediately, his passion and desire for her becomes inflamed. It becomes hugely inflamed. And he's showering her with even more love and professing his feelings of love to an even greater level. He feels more than ever like he can't do without her. And how does Kelly react? Well, Kelly reacts with a lot of indifference. She's rather indifferent towards his what's the word I'm looking for? His approach. And you can tell that she feels bad for not really opening up to him the way that she feels she should be, considering how much of an effort he's putting in or he's making. And I think she still loves him, but there's a lot of guilt associated with how she feels, as well as the fact that she's tired of the toxic up and down of the relationship as well. And she's well entitled to feel that way because Andrew has his issues. But I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is, why is it that as soon as we are scared to lose someone, we start working harder to get them back again? Have you ever thought about that? Why don't we work that hard whilst we have the person? I'll tell you why. It's because we are loss averse. We don't like to lose things, anything. We are more loss averse than we value gaining something. We'd much rather not lose a £10 note than gain a £10 note. If you found out today that your mother or your father had 48 hours to live, you'd probably hop on a plane or a car or however far they live away from you and travel to them right now and spend those final moments with them. Because we are loss averse, we're scared to lose. Equally, in a romantic relationship, when one partner withdraws, the other partner starts to become scared that they're losing something. Loss aversion kicks in, and then they try harder to get this individual back, to get their partner back. The problem here is, the harder you try to get your partner back, the less likely you are to get them back in the first place. It's a paradox. Now, before I tell you, gentlemen, how you can get her interest back, how you can get her back, I need you to understand something. And that is, you must make peace, absolute peace, with the reality that maybe you two are better off without each other, and that perhaps you will never get her back. If you cannot truly grasp this, everything I'm about to tell you will be borderline impossible to implement. It will be impossible to implement. And I know it's hard. It is extremely hard when you are romantically involved with someone. The hardest thing to do with someone that you love is to look at them and say, I'm happy with leaving us leaving each other and not loving you anymore. It's the hardest thing in the world. I've been through it. I know. It is heart-wrenchingly difficult. But, and I'm talking from experience, it is the only way that you will increase your chances of getting her back if you have this mindset in the first place. She needs to know that you are not needy. Women hate needy men, just as men don't like needy women. But women can't stand needy men. And if you're coming across as needy, showering her with love and gifts and so on, it comes across as needy, like you need her, and this pushes her away even further. So I'm going to tell you what to do, but you must remember, you need to come in with the mindset of, right, she's pulled away from me. There's a possibility that we might not get back together again. And I need to make peace with the fact that maybe we're not good for each other and we do need to go our separate ways. If you can come in with that mindset, what I'm about to tell you will be much easier. Okay? So, if your partner has begun withdrawing from you, you absolutely must not buy her gifts, shower her with attention, and definitely do not tell her that you love her. Stop telling her how much you love her. You are suffocating her. You are suffocating the oxygen out of her space. She needs room. She needs space to breathe. Fire needs oxygen. Oxygen can only happen with space. How do you put a fire out? How do you put a candle out? You put something on top of it. You want to increase the fire in her again? You need to back off and give her that space. Now, it's going to be the total opposite of what you want to do. Because of your natural loss aversion, you're going to want to shower her with love, buy her loads of gifts, profess your undying love for her, how she's your best friend and you can never move on without her, blah, blah, blah. Cut it out. Man the hell up. Man up. All right? There's a possibility you two might not get back together again, and that's just fine. Remember, gentlemen, they are all replaceable. I am telling you from experience, they are all replaceable. I know what it feels like to love a woman, to think that you can never recover from the ending of this relationship, and then to not only recover, and to not only be in a better place after the relationship ended, but to be relieved that the relationship ended. There's levels to this. To not only recover, to not only be in a better place, but to be relieved that you're no longer in that relationship. I've had this experience. But again, you want to try and make this work. You want to try and get her back. Okay, well, gentlemen, the fastest way that you're going to do that is by not showering her with love, by not buying her gifts, by giving her space and getting on your grind. Get on your graft. Let her come back to you. You need to pull the plug on validation, attention, love, gifts, and so on. Pull the plug on that and then get on your grind. And then she will be mystified by you. And let's focus on this word mystery. Why is it that you watch a series, a TV series, from one episode to the next, to the next, to the next? A good TV series can keep you binging all weekend long. You could watch 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 episodes in a row. How is that possible? Because at the end of each episode, they leave you on a cliffhanger. They leave you mystified as to what will happen next. And oftentimes, you can't hold yourself to wait. So you quickly watch the next program immediately to kill that mystified feeling. You can't stand not knowing what happens next. Guess what? You need to implement this with your woman. She's backed off from you, no problem. Man up and back away from her too. Stop texting her, stop calling her. Definitely stop telling her you love her. This is like the worst thing you can do at this moment in time. Back off. Don't tell her she's your best friend. Stop telling her you love her. Stop buying her gifts. I am telling you, this is the fastest way to get her back if that's what you want. It's a paradox. I know you are thinking right now, hold on, Mahdi, that doesn't make any sense. Surely when you buy people gifts and remind them how much you love them and shower them with attention, this is what will bring them back to you. I'm sorry guys, not in a romantic relationship, and definitely not with women. Women often work in reverse. You have to play the game backwards with women. Yeah, you got to play it backwards. So back off, cut the communication. Don't tell her you're going to cut the communication. This is another thing that men do, is they want to make a point out of their sacrifice that they're having to make. So they're like, you know what? We have to cut communication. I don't want to talk to you anymore, and make a whole big drama out of it. No drama. The most effective way to do this is to do it without announcing it. That increases the mystery. If you tell her why you're doing it, if you tell her, I'm going to back off from you so that you have space and hopefully we can get back together. If you tell her this, she already knows what the plan is. And that's suffocating in and of itself. You need to back off without announcing it and do those 3 things that I told you. Or stop doing those 3 things. Stop showering her with love. Stop buying her gifts. Stop giving her attention. Stop telling her you love her. Please, that's the worst thing you can do. Back off. Give her that space. And she will most likely eventually come back to you. If that's what you even want in the first place. If you're stuck in a toxic relationship and they're the worst, the cycle needs to be broken sooner or later. But in any case, I'm just a messenger. I'm telling you what to do. Toxic relationship or not. You want her back? This is the quickest way to do it. Back off. Give her room. Stop suffocating her. Man the hell up. Man up. I know romantic relationships make men soft and squidgy on the sides. Culprit. I'll put my hand up first to admit this. They make us soft and squidgy. They put us in our feminine state. It's only natural. You're dealing with a female, right? But this is the worst type of way to behave around a woman who's lost interest in you. So back off. Give her room. Give her space to breathe. She will eventually come back to you. Preoccupy your mind by getting back on your purpose. Pursue your grind. Start working hard again. You've probably stopped working as hard as you were before if your mind is so consumed with your woman. Well, replace thoughts of your woman with your grind, with your purpose. Replace it with that. This will increase your ability to stop thinking about her. There's a good saying in Arabic, and it goes, من كبر شيء من صغر شيء فتصغر ومن كبر شيء فتكبر. Whoever makes something small, it becomes smaller, and whoever makes something big, it becomes bigger. The more attention you give something, the bigger it becomes in your mind. The more space it occupies in your mind, the more it stresses you out. The more you think about her, the more of your mental space she will occupy, the less likely you will be able to do what I'm telling you to do. If you're thinking about her all the time, you're going to trip. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to end up texting her. You're going to end up telling her how much you miss her, how much you love her. And you know what? You might even make that mistake anyway. And if you do, I can't blame you. It's hard. It's really hard. Even as a man, it's hard. Holding your emotions together, holding your frame. It's not easy when the heart is involved. But I am telling you, my friend, you want to get her back? This is the quickest way. It is the most likely way. If it's going to happen through any way, it's this way. By withdrawing and allowing her to come back to you in her own time. Become a mystery. Cut the contact without advertising it. Just do it. Get back on your grind, on your purpose. Become a mystery to her again. And just like a good TV series, she'll come back to watch more. All right, gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments. Did I miss something? Have you been through this experience? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let's interact, let's engage. Share this with someone who's either in a toxic relationship or their partner has lost interest in them. Share this with that person. And don't forget to hit the subscribe as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.